a good grade, if you find people who have instructive guidance and parents and they didn't pass very well, you know there's something wrong with them. And so we came out of secondary school. I know where I'm going. I took our programs. I heard something when many speakers were speaking here. So there are some of you that you miss your road or you miss your path in life by the virtue of the course you picked from secondary school. I am so passionate about business, about administration, about management. So while I was in school, I was interested in going to commercial class. But the environment where we schooled, if you go to art or commercial, I don't know why it is like that, common in Agege where I lived and grew up there. They believe that when you are in art and commercial class, you are not there. You are not among those who are who. You understand what I'm talking about? The who is who in the school. So I followed them Miss Road. I went to science class. But listen, not many people will go through that experience and come out and still be focused. Every day in my science class, my kinetics, my motion, my electrostatics, my electricity and all that, I always remind myself, oh boy, you are learning all these things for this place. Your real career rests in the commercial line. And so I took my economics very seriously. When I took my JAMB, my dad was waiting to hear that my boy would pick medicine or my boy would pick electrical electronics. I shocked him. That accountancy, business administration and management. He looked at all his investment in me and said, wow, this stupid boy, with all that you have. But listen, my heart is fixed. If you want to be successful in life, storms do not alarm you. People don't shake you. Even those who have invested a lot in your life, you politely decline their choice for you. You choose what you want because you know where you are going. From a very long time, I know where I'm going. I taught the physics. So I taught it. Even at A levels, I would gather students and teach them. But my mind is fixed. And so we finished. I got to school. The school I had then couldn't give me accounting, but gave me business administration and management. Listen to me. Another lesson you can learn there is this. Be purposeful. Be flexible. Then whatever your hand findeth to do, that book I told you of said, do it with all your mind. If accounting will not work, why should I sit at home? Because I want to impress people. I chose business administration and management. I finished industrial training. There was a temptation there not to go back for my further studies. Money must not distract you when you are building your career. It gets to a point you will start your career. Now, I didn't accept that. I went back, completed my studies. SAT came out. Listen, short story. I'm going to round up now. Immediately I finished. I know that the kind of system we operate in, this country and the environment we operate in, no one can help you. My father has younger brothers who have business that are doing very well. I never banked on them. But somebody told me one day and said, why are you looking for a job 1, 2, 3 months after you're out of school? Go to your brother so. It's your daddy's elder brother, younger brother. I went to him. I even proposed to him that he should allow me to lecture free for even a year. He should not pay me, just to find out the kind of material I'm made up of. That if I begin to teach in a school, that people will leave other lessons and come and join there. He said there is no vacancy. He can create one for me. He didn't allow it. I walked down there. He didn't even give me money to go back. That was a defining moment in my life. I said to myself, from today, I am going to walk out. Now listen, another quotation from that book. I will walk out my salvation with fear and trembling, all on my own. And so I did that immediately. I went to buy Guardian newspaper of Tuesdays and Thursdays. I bought plain sheets of paper, ruled them, bought brown envelopes. From morning till evening on Tuesday, I will write applications. That book I told you of told me, you should throw your bread into the waters. Just invest it. Fling it anyhow. After many days, you'll be surprised. You will find some. I didn't depend on anybody to find job. It worries me today when you see people harassing people, running around down. What? Because God will take the glory alone. Apply. My first job I got as a very sound student that finished. I didn't, you know the way they paint applications. They will say, apply to this job, is this, and then I apply. The interview was at a grammar school in around going to Baga. I went there. On getting there, I wrote the test. I was among the best 4. And so they took us. And then they said, interview. Immediately I subjected myself to the interview. That's where the CEO was. And then I went there. And then he said, you don't have experience, but you speak very well. The position is the position of a sales manager. With the presentation you've made to me and the interview I've had with you today, you won my heart. But the next guy there that I would have picked, he was saying it, oh, look, God, after this whole session we are having, you are going to go back a new man. Interviews you will sit for, your employer will forget themselves that they are still interviewing you. They will be confirming your appointment. I can't hear an amen. You know why? You know why you're not saying amen? Because it's a job fair. Because I can package it together. Now, he has forgotten himself. He said, I think I should take this guy. He will be a better salesperson. And that's who I love to be. He took me to where the company was situated. Very worrisome. We got through the city. We left the city. We faced Akute. We enter Lambe. So I look, I said, I'm a graduate. For God's sake, what am I doing here? It took me to an interior. I got there. It's like in a village. But I'm looking for a job. He showed me my office. He showed me everywhere. So a water producing company, bottled water. By then, they just started with sachet water. And they asked me to be the marketing manager. I accepted. Why? 15,000 naira. What's my business? I have to accept. 15,000 naira is better than being a nuisance on the road and start begging to survive. Some of you here, you don't want to take 15,000, but you want to do yahoo yahoo. I just went to release somebody from the police cell some few weeks ago. He will not take 15, 30,000 to start life. But he has time to do yahoo yahoo. They are in jail. Start from your humble beginning. Manage it. Now, to round up, because my story is long, so I have to leave now. To round up, while I was selling the water, I am not supposed to do direct selling by the virtue of my position as a sales manager, but the job requires it. So the guys who pack the water will deliver. I will go to the mamas and the yas. If you see places I go, a graduate cannot go there. But I don't mind. I will sign the vouchers and I will go back to the office. It was while I was there, the big thing came. I was on the way, marketing one day. A friend of mine now based in Canada, I just said, look, driver, stop, a truck. I sit in the front of the truck, the boys sit at the back. I said, stop, let me say hi to my friend. I'm hungry. Let me greet him. So I went to meet him at Olufunlayo area. I got to his office. I said, look, I'm dry. Give me cool water. And I was talking to him. I saw a Guardian newspaper again, my best newspaper. On his table, I was playing with it. Suddenly I saw a company based in the north with international head office in Europe looking for young Nigerian graduates of any discipline. You don't even need to apply. Just bring your CV and come to the head office in Kaduna. And then you will write a test. And from there, they will process everything. I jumped on the next available transport. Got there. I saw 6,428 Nigerian graduates looking for job. The white man came out and he said, We are going to divide you guys into two. Where we're standing, a lot of negative reports working now. If Bukbori bad daughter, how can I pass among this crowd? You know, a lot of things. But I know whom I believed. And I know myself. And I know that there is always a time that God will change situation. If they pick one person among these 6,000, it's going to be me. So I was focused. 3,000 first batch, 3,000 plus second batch. Morning session, afternoon session. I was part of the first session. We finished. Nobody to encourage you or give you hope that you will pass. We left. I learned that the second batch too left. 2 weeks after, on my pure water field, I came back home. I saw my old father, wonderful father, but late now. I saw him sitting down, and he said, the kind of thing God will do on this your job matter that will make people to praise God for you. He will do it very urgently. I said, Baba, Daddy, Kilo Shele, tell me, you are a good son. I said, well, something is happening. He said, I like you. I said, you must like me. He showed me the Guardian newspaper. He said, I should look through that page and find my name. I looked. It's not a joke. Out of 6,428, 80 were shortlisted, 80. My name was on that list. That was a great impetus for me. Immediately I saw that, energy came. They wrote it there, come back again for medical test. That's another story. You are searching for job. You are committing crime. You know the kind of crime. You are looking for job. You don't have a house. You don't have anything. You are impregnating women all around your society. And people actually confirm me that you are jobless. That's what they say. That's it. That jobless boy. You give them mouth to insult you. And you know you are damaging your medicals because you don't even know who you are sleeping with. Out of the 80, 16 of them have medical problems. Only 64 were taken. I was among them. Why should I be afraid? Out of the 64, we were asked to face oral interview. I tell people, I was speaking like, you must develop yourself, personal investment into yourself, your speaking skills. You must be able, look, I'm looking for a job, and you are praying, stop going to church, not going to mosque to go and waste the time of our pastor. The problem, the demon that is following you is you. Cultivate a good habit of speaking well. My 8-year-old girl does power presentation now. She speaks. My 12-year-old girl is going to be ministering to a crowd of about 500 to 600 people tomorrow. He wants to talk to them about integrity. I'm going to be under a sermon tomorrow. Cultivate that habit. Speak well. Speak good English. If you don't know how to do it, don't go for job seeking. You embarrass yourself. I went in there out of the 64. This talk. To talk, we will talk. I talked. 20 were shortlisted. I got the job. I was among the 20. We started again. The whole 20, they said the best will go to France. I said, I don't enter. 9 months training. As I dropped this mic, those of you that you went to school, but you didn't get proper investment, you didn't study well, you just bought your way through. It will speak for you later. If you are yet to finish, be studious. If you are finished, upgrade. Read wide. Try to have something upstairs. The people who are getting those jobs are not better than you. Out of those people, I came out the best. And I had, that was the turning around in my life. Story, your story, my story can now become, when success comes, it becomes our story. I hope you get what I'm saying. You become a value to yourself, a blessing to yourself, to your family, to your nation, and to several others. Listen as I drop this mic. Be clean. As you go for interview, smell good. Cultivate that habit. Listen, I'm a bad person when it comes to hard truth. Watch your hairstyles. It can annoy some employers. What do they do? What search? You leave the four walls of the university, you come to my organization to look for a job, you search to my company, even you are a first-class brain, I'll bullshit you. Some may accept you, but I will not. So if you don't know which employer is angry with so many employers with different values. Some even like you to be drinking beer. That's another employer. But for those who are decent, please, bath very well. Comb your hair. This is your shoe. Let it shine. Walk smartly. Talk decently. Be respectful. Personal development is critical. Be calm. Be gentle. These are some of the traits they won't teach you in school, but you've got to teach yourself. Don't stop. I tell you one. I was coming to welcome my boss from Paris one day, and I got closer to him. You know what? I was packing starch. You know starch, packing? I starched my shirt, and the packing, the thing was, cassava was smelling. So, anytime he comes back, he will always buy me a pef. I don't understand why. Not until one day he said, oh boy, you are an exceptional young man. I like you. Result-oriented and all that. But you can do better. Just freshen up. Put some nice perf. Have a roll-on. Smell good. If you know the number of jobs that those guys who package themselves well are getting from some of you who are decent, you'll be surprised that some of you are not packaging yourself well. I hope I'm communicating. Let not your story be that it's only at the convocation ground where you are celebrated last. Your celebration should be continuous. I wish you the very best in life. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for Dr. Ayodele Ogunsan. A round of applause for him. Before he leaves, let me just call some names. If you hear your name, please, you are waiting for an interview. Fisayo Olalekan Ebenezer. Chukuno Esther Oluchu. Success Judith Ezeogu. Joel Wayada. Omoye Gertrude. Nwane Kezie Ogechukwu Ernestina. Olufisayo Akioye. Dua Adebayo Major. Oyenuga Ganiu. So, before Dr. Ogunsan leaves, he's going to make a commitment, and a big one.
Thank you very much. I am going to discuss with the president of the Getjobs. We're going to create a platform on the WhatsApp platform. What I will be doing there is, because of my relationship with government agencies and some of these institutions, every time I get a job information, I will throw it on that platform. All of you will access it, and you will respond. And then, so I will throw it there. Please, the rule of the game. Those kind of platforms are not platforms where you share personal things. They must be extremely serious get job platforms. Praise God with me. No, we don't want that. Good morning. I just want prayer for today. We don't want that. Just inform. If possible, we will block it in such a way that you will not respond. Only the admin person will be sending the message. And when you get it, you respond. My own job is to ensure that one of you gets those jobs. I don't know whether I'm communicating. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for Dr. Ayodele Ogunsan. Please, this is a rare opportunity. It's not something that you just get just like that. It's a rare opportunity. So I'll be following up with him. I'll create, for those on Telegram Messenger group, I'll share it. If you are not on Telegram Messenger, go to Play Store, download Telegram Messenger. Then there are some of us that are already on the group. We're over 10,000 on the group. I think we're tending towards 11,000 members on that group. Now, for those that know me on the group, once any message that doesn't conform, I delete the person straight. I do not waste time because I don't want people constituting nuisance to the group. Now, whilst the interviews are still going on, I would like to welcome my next guest. Now, my next guest is, I normally call her English woman. Now, my next guest, she has some qualities which I appreciate in her. Now, anything that relates to CV, she is about the best that I've seen so far. And that is why I hold her so much in high esteem. Now, I know that I've delayed her for so long, and I'll make it up to her, but for this fair, I know she's going to add value. And let me welcome the Career Life founder, Yewande Jinadu. All of you will know her on Getjobs. You will have met her, gotten in touch one way or the other with her on getjobs.com. A round of applause for Yewande, please.
Good evening, everyone. It's only Engineer Dele that can delay me like this. My name is Yewande Jinadu. I'm a talent acquisition specialist, what you know as a recruiter. I also have a blog. One of my passion is writing and also giving back to people. Okay, I said my name is Yewande Jinadu. I'm a recruiter, a talent acquisition specialist. I have a blog, careerlife.com.ng, where I write career-related articles for people because I've realized over time that a lot of people don't know. It's not their fault. They just don't know in terms of career-related stuff. So that's what I do. I write for Bella Niger and other things. So today I'll be talking on, I want to open your mind to the mind of a recruiter. So a lot of people go for jobs and they have no clue and they're like, what's happening? So I will give you 15 minutes in the mind of a recruiter. I've written out some points. They're inexhaustible. I'm not sure my time will be able to take every one of them, but I will go through as much as them. I have like 4 points here. So one thing I would want you to know in the mind of a recruiter, one, I wish you would take things more serious. So this is me telling you, I wish you would take things more serious. Why? If you're applying to US Embassy, how long does the application take? If you're applying, as people have applied for embassy, you want to go for visa or anything. Okay, to apply to those kind of places, it takes you about 30 to 45 minutes. But then you send a job to someone and say, oh, here's the job, and you're like, in 5 seconds, done. They've applied like that. And you'll be like, madam, I've applied to like 200 jobs. Nobody has answered me. Why? I'm like, okay, how long did it take you to apply for the job? They say getting a job is a job. How have you taken that as a personal responsibility? And one thing I've realized, you've all been sitting down for a very long time. So I want to do an icebreaker. Please, can you stand up? Can you talk to 2 people? Because this is an avenue to network. Stand up, please. Talk to 2 people. Ask for what they do. Get their contacts. Please. 2 people. And I will continue. So we have about 2 minutes. So just go through it quickly. We have 2 minutes. Please don't sit down. Talk to 2 people. That person, that job seeker you think does not have anything to offer you, maybe the person I'll tell you about what you've done before. Okay. Thank you. You can have your seat. I'm sure you'll be able to stretch your legs. Right? We can have our seats. Yeah, so the first thing I said earlier was, I wish you would take things more serious. One, apply for a job you know you are qualified for. Don't apply for a job you think you can do. Apply for a job you know you are qualified for. So as a recruiter, I go through this problem where you see you put a position for finance director, and somebody that just finished school 2018, 2019 is applying for it, saying, I think I can be the finance director. Uncle, you saw finance director needs to have a list of 15 years experience. Why are you disturbing me and wasting my time? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So please, for me, I'm just telling you, apply for what you are qualified for. Be thorough with your applications. Don't just send it and be shooting. Take your time. The first HR job, let me just give you, I studied chemical and polymer engineering. I did not study HR. And I wanted to move into HR. I sat down and wrote a cover letter for 45 minutes because I was tired of staying at home. I put in effort. You don't expect to get results without putting in effort. It's not magic. You need to put in effort before getting it. And the person that saw the application, I got the job and I said, why did you shortlist me? Because they said you must have a BSc in an HR-related role. Here I am, you see, chemical engineering, polymer option. In short, I did polymer option. And you still shortlisted me. He said, I just like the way you wrote that your cover letter. Because I was tired. I was tired of always shooting at my CV, and nobody is getting back to me. So I took my time. So to me, as a recruiter, to job seekers out there, I'll tell you, please, put in effort. Don't take everything for liability. Take a job very, very serious. The second thing I would like to say is, I wish you would express yourself more. That's my mind. It's the mind of a recruiter to job seekers. It's hurtful as a recruiter seeing someone that has it all but cannot express themselves. It's hurtful. You think as a job seeker, you are the only one that has a lot to lose. I also want to fill a role. My KPI, my performance, it depends on me able to get somebody. And I see somebody that I don't only me as the final person. And the person cannot even talk, cannot see anything, if the person is just, for example, I am recruiting currently for a warehouse supervisor role. Now, one of the requirements for this role is you must be a very good data analyst, very good with Excel, and also have inventory experience. So this is one thing I'm recruiting for. Please, if you have all that. And I finally go through everything I have to poach somebody from Jumia. How I've looked for this person. And he comes. And the previous warehouse person says, I know this person, I've worked with him, he's good. But this person comes to the interview and he can barely hear what he's saying. And I use politics. I just said, this person is good, I know he can. He gave him the test, he could do it. We gave him the Excel, he finished it. The operations director said, this guy with his case study is good. Oh, Moshe, it's not as if he is doing anything. Okay, and then next thing, he finally gets to the final stage. For real, he shouldn't have made it to the final stage. I was pushing him that the reviews I've gotten about this guy is good. But when you get to the MD, I cannot do anything more than that. And they're like, he couldn't even talk. And it just fell my hand anyway. So for me to you, I would tell you, please express yourself. I wish you would express yourself more. It's much more than what is stated in your CV. Do not take things you've done for granted. So because when you are a group leader in church or in the mosque or in your team members in practical in school, and then you come for a job and they say, tell me about yourself, and you're rolling your eyes saying, what will I tell this person? Who am I? I'm a fresh guy. I don't have anything. You have something. I posted something on Twitter and the person just started saying rubbish. I was like, you need to give fresh graduates an opportunity, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fresh graduates have something. Okay, no, I said, somebody chatted me up, Yewande, I need a job. And I said, what do you do? She said, I studied accounting. And I'm like, you studied accounting? What do you want me to do with that? What do you do? I need you to tell me what I need to know to help you get that job. Because you studied accounting does not mean you are practicing accounting. I tell you I studied chemical engineering. How is it? I'm not doing engineering. I need to say, I am an accountant. I've worked as an accountant for about 8 years. I've done this, I've done that, I've put this and this in place. Already, I'm already telling you, my friend is looking for, a finance director. I think you can do it. And somebody was not like, you need to give fresh graduates opportunity. They don't have anything. They have something. Don't let anybody deceive you that you're a fresh graduate. You don't have anything. You don't have anything to offer. You do. So please look for transferable skills. I've written a lot of articles, and one was like transferable skills. What are the skills you can transfer? So you want to move from finance, or you want to move from customer care to HR, and you say it's impossible for me to. It's not impossible. If you are in sales, what are some of the things in sales? You need to have interpersonal skills, right? For finance, you need to have problem-solving skills. You want to move to HR. HR also needs some of these skills. These are some of the things you can use as selling points to this other person. So that I will tell you to express yourself more. Don't take little experience for granted and showcase your soft skills. You can communicate well. You can go into the radio. Don't limit yourself saying, there's no job, there's no job. The third thing I would like to say is, I wish you know that recruiters are not gods. So I'm tired of hearing people saying, HR people, they are seeing themselves as gods. Jesus Christ raised to power 10. It's because you do not know what you offer. That's why people can intimidate you and feel like if you don't obey me, you're dead or your life is gone for. You need to know recruiters are not gods. They need you. So when you come across with a selling skill, so I want to buy this phone from you. You're the seller, and I'm like, why should I buy this phone? Convince me. And if you don't want to buy it, be going. Do you understand? It's a marketplace. That's the same way the job market is. I am buying it from you. Does not make me have more power than you. The moment you have 1,000 people, that's when you can say, if you don't want, be going. But the moment I like this phone so much, I'll be on begging you, please, please, please. Then you say, no, I cannot. Some people, those old men that they are selling fruits now, they know that it's not only you that will buy. So if you are not going, be going, let other people come. That's the same way it is. You need to demonstrate value, and the other person is buying it from you. So the moment you don't demonstrate the value, that's when somebody sits down as Jesus Christ raised to power 100 and God, without you, without me, your life is gone. No. The moment you know what you have and you're communicating it, we, the recruiters, are the one begging you. I was speaking with someone recently, and he was an experienced person. I sent him a case study, and he wrote rubbish. I looked at this case study. I'm like, Uncle, you say you can program with Excel. You can do this. You can do that. What's this rubbish that you are giving me? This is nothing that what you said you can do. He said, because I did not have time to do the case study. And I'm like, Uncle, did you ask me for more time? And I did not give you the time. He said, no, I do not know how to ask. I said, if a fresh graduate does this, I will understand. But as an experienced person, you are working. I know you are working. And I know that you may not meet up with deadlines. You should be smart enough to say, please, I can't meet it with this thing. Can you give me more time? And I'll give you more time. But then you come and be giving me tales by moonlight excuse and say I do not have time. Talk to me. I don't have more time. Give me more time. I cannot make it for this interview by this time. I'm not saying you can make it, but you should be taking the recruitment process for granted. No. But then when you have this level of skill as an experienced person, rather than saying, somebody said, my sister died and I came for an interview. Your sister died. Tell me my sister died. I will postpone this interview for you. I will make it work for you because I have seen the value in you. I'm the one that came to poach you. So you should have a level of control in this kind of stuff. I'm not saying, when I tell people, they say, recruiters do not give you more time. No, nobody's a god here. We are adults. We can discuss. You can negotiate with me and I will respond. I'm not the kind of recruiter that will say, if you don't come by this time, well, it's a marketplace. So anybody can work professionally. Please, I'm not saying you should take this for granted by knowing you can make an interview and say, I cannot come by this time. Saturday I can come. If I can't come to work on Saturday, then the interview is over. But there's a relationship. So that's two. Then the fourth, I want to say something is that not all rejection mails is your fault. Not every rejection mail is your fault. So why I'm trying to address this point is this. You must have applied to a lot of jobs and you say, we regret. I begin to think, everything is about me. And sometimes this thing can lead to depression. Why do I do what I do? Why do I like writing and giving back? It's because I've been there. I've seen how it feels to be rejected. I've seen how it is. I said one time that I went for an interview and they asked me, what's your favorite movie? I could not remember even my name at that point in time. And then now, being at the other side, I see what other people are going through. So I'm quite empathetic with them. I'm the kind of person that will be on a panel that I may be smiling with you, but I will not like you. And I may be attacking you, but I like you and I want you to change. Do you understand? So, if some people, I've had some people that we didn't take for a job in my organization, but I've helped place them with other companies. Why? So you come. I know this role is like this, but I think you might not be suitable for this role. It may not be because of you. It may be because of the peculiarity of my organization, right? So because my organization may not be good for you, so because of that, you now come to my LinkedIn page and be abusing me. You guys this and that. And I'm like, okay. And